This is Watershed Consciousness with information gathered from Silent Springs, Chapter 9, Rivers of Death by Rachel Carson. In Chapter 9, Carson describes how DDT was sprayed over large areas of land in order to combat the budworm problem in the area. Despite the fact that the DDT spraying was nothing more than a stopgap measure and had no real lasting effect on the budworm issue, it was continuously done year after year. And year after year, the fish and other living creatures that resided in the waterways suffered. Multiple populations were all but decimated. A study began in 1956 to study the effects of the spraying. It was discovered that almost all fish exposed to low concentrations of DDT, measuring at 3 parts per million, if survived, show symptoms of blindness with opaque eyes. The fish killed by DDT or poisoned by DDT then becomes a food source for another living creature. This is called bioaccumulation. That creature ends up ingesting DDT already integrated into the fish's system. This cycle continues. So even if the living creature initially exposed to DDT may have been exposed to smaller doses, through bioaccumulation, the parts per million of DDT increases greatly. This isn't an isolated incident. This has happened and is continuing to happen all over the world. Humans have been polluting and destroying the planet since they began to settle. Humans have forced the landscape to conform to what humankind decided they wanted, and has greatly and permanently damaged the Earth in doing so. There has, on record, been 5 great extinctions revealed by fossil records. We are currently in the 6th great extinction, and it is by humans' doing that we are in it. Humans have moved around and into every habitable niche on the planet and have disrupted the biodiversity by doing so. There are multiple ways in which humans have destroyed the planet, such as habitat destruction, invasive species, pollution, overexploitation, and disease. Habitat destruction is pretty self-explanatory. Habitat destruction can be done for multiple reasons, such as agriculture and expansion. Even some native peoples who don't understand that it's destroying the planet will do it because they are forced to do it in order to make enough money to feed their families. Invasive species are any species that are not native to the habitat. They can be introduced on accident or on purpose. Sometimes they are introduced as a way to combat a pest, and then becomes a pest themselves, such as Kogon grass. These species increase the competition for resources that native species have to contend with, and can lead to native species becoming endangered. Pollution can poison the water and the land, which are habitats for sensitive species. This can lead to species going extinct and the land itself becoming uninhabitable, and the water becoming undrinkable. Overexploitation is when a species is persecuted to the point where the species is either endangered or goes extinct. Just think about the Tasmanian devil in Australia. As humans spread around the world, they bring diseases with them. These diseases are introduced into areas that have no protection against them and can lead to extinctions of species. This isn't just related to humans, it also affects animals and plants as well. Humans bring diseases to areas where there's no immunity, and it causes destruction of all life.